Hello everyone, we are in the last section of responsive design techniques. So we are going to see how to link pages from different folders, and also we are going to see how to test the responsiveness, and I'm planning to cover the fragment identifier concept as well. Okay, first let's see how to access the files from different folders. Okay, so far if you have used the same folder to hold all the files, then it is direct way that you can use to access that particular file. But if you are maintaining different folders to access different files like that shown in this picture, then for example you can see the products, it has main folders which has index file, and then it has two subfolders where there is another subfolder inside the subfolder. Okay, and then there are files. So when you need to access the files from different folders, then how to do that? Okay, so when you need to go one level down, then that means from the index.html. So this is the root folder, okay, from root file, parent file, and from this if you want to go one level down, that means if you want to access this catalog.html which is there in this products folder, then what you have to do, you have to simply say products and catalog.html. So you have to simply specify the folder name and the file name, which is direct. And then if you want to go one level up, that means if you want to access, so you're from the catalog.html, and if you want to access the index.html from the catalog.html, then you have to say this // index.html. okay, so that will this // will get you to the one level up. And if you want to access the files in the same level, that means if you see this content.html and catalog.html, they are in the same level. For example, the catalog is inside the products folder and content is inside the support folder, so they are in the same level. So if you want to access the files in the same level, if you want to access contents from the catalog page, then you have to specify / and then support, and then for example here if it is content page, then you have to say content.html. so / and then the particular folder name and the file name. So maybe I'll show you my website to specify the folder organization. You can see I have these main folders in the main level, and then inside that I have, for example, course start and publications. These are in the same level. So if I want to access home page from the course start, then it is one level up. If I want to access course start from publication, then it is in the same level. And if I want to access course start from the home, then it is one level down. So I'll show you the code for this. For example, look at this index.html. For that, if I want to access any course in one level down, that means inside the folder, simply I have to specify this folder. For example, you can see, I'll show you the page organization here, the folder organization. So you can see teaching, service, research, and then index page. So teaching, so all these are folders. So you can see here teaching, research folder, and then service folder. So all those are folders. So since it is one level down, you can simply specify the folder name and access the file. So let me show you the course project page. So in the course project page, you can see there are different files. You can see if you want to access the main page from the particular folder, then you have to specify one level up. So that means /. If you want to access the same level folders, then you have to use // and research. That means the particular folder name. Okay, so this is same level. So these are the things that you have to consider when you want to access the files in different folder levels. Okay, so Next, let me show you what is fragment identifier. So fragment identifier is providing a linking within the same page. Okay, so you might have seen that in Wikipedia. Maybe I'll show you the Wikipedia page. You can see the Wikipedia page will have a lot of links. Okay, so the lot of links which will refer to the same page. For example, history, early years. So if I click it, it will direct you inside the same page. You can see here the early years is here. So this is called fragment identifier. So that means how to link different parts of the image within the different parts of the page within the same page. So that can be done by fragment identifier. So to do this, all you need to do is you have to first set an ID. Okay, so which portion that you want to show, that means to provide a link, which part of the page that you want to provide link, that should have an ID. Okay, and then where you want to click, so where you want to provide the link, there you have to specify that with a tag, with href attribute. You have to use has because it is an ID, and then the ID name, and then here to link where you want to show. So if you click this, then it will direct you to this content. Okay, so this is how normally fragment identifier will be coded. You can see that. So different parts of the sections will be linked, and if you click that, that particular section will be displayed. So let's look at that in coding. So please look at this particular example to understand this fragment identifier concept. So if I click HTML5, it will start it from here. If I click JavaScript, then it will display here. If I click back to top, then it will display the display from the starting of the website. So let's look at the code for this. So if you look at the code, you can see the ID, HTML5 ID. You are just creating an ID for this content. For example, if this is the section that you want to display, when you click this, then you have to create an ID here. Okay, and then you have to link that ID here. So here I have provided a link and href HTML5. So this is how you can create. So similarly, CSS. So I'm creating another CSS to show this particular part of this section, and then you can see I'm creating another like href attribute specifying this ID. And similarly, here I'm providing another link, back to top. Okay, so back to top is the link. So when this one is being clicked, it should go to top. So here we have to create an ID to link this particular part. So when you click this back to top, it should go and it should display from here. Okay, so this is how fragment identifier will be done. Okay, so this is an efficient way when a particular page is very long, and then to avoid scrolling, you can provide multiple fragment identifiers, so which will make it easier for the client to access the content in your web page. Okay, so finally we are going to see how to test the responsiveness of your website. Okay, so the obvious way is we can just publish it. When you publish it, then it will be accessible from anywhere, from any device. So when you publish your web page, then you can access it from like a mobile or a tablet or anywhere you can do it. So that is one that is the obvious way. But if you are not publishing it, if you are doing testing, then you can use emulator softwares. Lot of emulator softwares are there to check the accessibility and responsiveness of the websites. Okay, so emulator means like in computing term, it means software or hardware which will behave like another software or hardware. Okay, so there are a lot of emulators are there to test the responsiveness of the website. So you can use that in a professional way, or in a simple way. What you can do, you can resize your browser. Okay, so you can resize your browser and test your responsiveness. Maybe I'll show you some examples. For example, if you look at the Wikipedia page, you can see in the normal tablet mode, this is how it looks like in PC mode. So you can see it has multiple layout, this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, the different columns are there. But when we bring it to this mobile display, you can see there is only one column. So normally when it is mobile display mode, it is preferred to have only one column. So that's how you can check it without publishing in normal. By resizing your browser, you can check it. So in this chapter, we have covered flex layout, which is one-dimensional element, and grid layout, two-dimensional element, and then linking files and folders in different, linking the web pages from different folders, and then fragment identifier, and different techniques to bring in the responsiveness. So simple way is viewport, and this the permanent way is media query, and then how to implement responsiveness in the images, making it flexible image concept. And then finally we covered how to test the responsiveness. Thank you.